What is up, guys? Wraec is here with a new video, and today with a guide for the Ravaged realm Mauler Day. We have Mauler Day today. It's quite interesting, actually. Yesterday with the Graveborn team that I showed and with the updated one that I put in the pinned comment, which, by the way, I will make a guide for every single one of those stages, and if there is an improvement in the team, if it's not a major one, I will add it to a pinned comment down below. So definitely check out if there is a pinned comment down below this video, so that you can see if there may have been an improved version of the team I'm showing today, and if there is like a big change, probably be another video. But yesterday I actually managed to get into the top 10. Top 10 is top 20 is very important, because you get all of that daily loot and you get 5 Twilight Essence and of course the Valor Awards. We could see we already got the first 2 stages. If you get 350 of those, you get the Desert Sovereign in this mythic rarity. So pretty nice. Today, very interesting day. Yesterday we had all of those Celestials and Hypogeans here as support. Don't know why it's loading. And today, in the Mauler Day, it is nothing there. So no Celestial or Hypogean here to support us. We have to fight with Mauler alone, but that is pretty much possible because we have so many great heroes in there. So you will see, it will be pretty much not an easy day, but we will have a ton of good heroes to choose from. Today my job is a little bit easier, I have to say, because Analytica actually published a very nice guide on this. We'll check it out, and this is very great team. Already got tons of positive feedback on it, so definitely worth using, and we're going to see how much damage I can do and how I rank in my district with it. So this is what we're working with today. This nice little graphic was made by Metal369 over on the Analytica Discord, which I can definitely recommend joining. There is always like top information on there, guides on like basically everything, and the best information probably out there. So discord.gg/Analytica, definitely worth a join. And they made this graphic today. You can see there are like the heroes that are recommended, which are top tier, and then you have different selections for main teams and different selections for secondary teams, of course. We now have Alsa in the secondary team, which is just a great hero. We have Odie there, and it seems to be an ongoing theme to just put like top boss damage dealers also in the secondary team, just because they're a bit more of a solo carry. So very interesting. We are just going to go with the first team basically here, and are going to try that, and maybe, because we have the time in the video, also give the second one a try, and then maybe see what Santrana can do. Should be fairly interesting. Let's just try that. Let's see. Okay, and now set everything exactly up the same way they had it in the first team. You can see right here, first stream, of course, with the Quick Blade spell. I'm a bit surprised they went for the Crescent spell on the second one. I mean, it is certainly quite good. Oftentimes you use the Evocation spell for the crit. That has been a little bit more meta. The Crescent spell was a bit more at the beginning of the season, so fairly interesting they went like this. Of course, the Santrana choice that was shown here is mostly because she can actually reduce, we can't really show that here, can we? We can reduce magic damage taken and everything on the boss, so that is fairly interesting, but ranged heroes in general for this boss a little bit better. So let's watch a fight, let's see how we do, and let's see where we rank with this. I'm especially happy to see Wraec again. Wraec is like a very cool hero, just in terms of damage. I think flies a little bit under the radar. Sometimes if you go into PvP and you see Wraec in the enemy team, you should never underestimate him. That's like absolutely mad damage. It always spreads out those bullets a little bit, but in PvP this can quickly lead to him hitting multiple enemies at once, or multiple enemies with all of those bullets, and that can be quite insane. It's not rare to see that Wraec dealt the most damage in a fight. I'm a bit curious to see if some of those heroes are now not slowed down. Doesn't seem like any of those guys are really slowed down, to be honest. Moving like always, and there was this part of the boss ability I remember that said if you know the desert, then you are not slowed down or something like this, and this seems to stay true. So clearing in here on the 18 billion overall. There is a big part of this boss fight where we're just unable to deal damage to the boss at all, so it's not really surprising. Smokey here, I don't know, Smokey has struggles a little bit with the boss ability as well. It's a little bit like the Talene thing. Honestly, if he continues to not do anything, I'm going to replace him for Satrana. That guy didn't activate his ult a single time. Oh, there, now we have his ult active. My god, if that continues, that was like a really big part of the fight where he just didn't do anything. It might just be worth it to use him for the remainder, like if he has so much time right now to do it, but now it's deactivated again and it takes like 4 seconds to reactivate, so every time basically he's knocked down, that's another 4 seconds gone. So, interesting. That makes me wonder, like on the secondary team they always had Smokey in there, so that's the thing. We already see we have more damage here than against in the Graveborn fights. It's no surprise given the overall average quality of the heroes that we have there. So pretty fancy overall. 13, so we go over 30 this time, very interesting. And I mean, this is the first attempt that we did. I definitely want to experiment a little bit more. Top 18. So we have to get a little bit better RNG going for us at this point. And what are the top scores? We have at 38. Again, the people pretty close together. Barry ahead of us. That is an unbearable thought, I have to say. We can't let that slide. So we had this team now. Secondary team is pretty similar. One thing that I didn't mention yet and that you definitely want to make sure of is you want to check those mythic charms. Make sure you got the optimal mythic charms. So good, let's try evocation spell here. And I wonder if Satrana is going to do a better job than Smokey here. So that is definitely what I want to try. So let's go with this time. And I think I don't want to skip battle for the second fight. It would be interesting if you could just skip this part of the battle. But yeah, so like this first team seems to work rather well. Reese a little bit with the problem that he doesn't really get to hit the boss very well. If he stood closer to the boss when he did his ult, I think we would have get a lot more hits, but oftentimes he's just too far away in this boss. Well, he's a normal size really. On the pictures he seemed way bigger. On the pictures really he seemed way bigger. But that's just a normal size worm. It seems wrong to say. That seems wrong to say. Yeah. A bit to a disadvantage also that Sharky has like this channeled ult, but isn't he unaffected during this? Shouldn't have a problem using that, right? Oh, he's just running behind the enemy, so that's bad, yeah. I mean, that is of course a problem if he can't hit the enemy, and no wonder he struggles there a little bit. 18 again, so we are out as the same damage, maybe a little bit more, and those little bits, they can be very important. And you make sure of that, you often really want to make sure that you get those slight percentages of extra damage. Those can often really change your ranking by quite a bit. We're struggling a little bit with survival here. Maybe that was the bigger reason of using that Smokey, even though he didn't seem like he was able to use his ult a lot. By the current rate, we might just die before we even end the fight. This is a bit of a problem. Odie there taking massive damage, and we are going to take a big hit right now, so yeah, not very nice. He's still alive though. I mean, we have some survival rate or some recovery through evocation spell. 8 now. Closing in on 9. Can hopefully get the time. We have 30 seconds left. As long as we survive a little bit more, I think we are in a good position. Might even deal a little bit more damage. Smokey gone. Odie gone. That's not good. That's really not good. 11. Did we have 13 last time or 12? I'm not quite sure. We will see at the end result. Satrana in terms of damage, that seemed a little bit useless, I have to say. That seemed a little bit useless, and yeah, that is indeed lower. And I mean, I think the major reason here really is that the survival on the last one really isn't too good, and Satrana wasn't really able to deal a whole lot of damage. So the team they posted seems to be about what you should use, yeah. And so definitely interesting. Putting the Smokey back in here probably, even though I kind of don't like it because he's so inactive most of the fight. A Coco would also be interesting, but I don't know if she's like insane. Maybe we try that, just put the Cocoa in there and see if that will help us with the survival a little bit. But Crescent Spell might really be it. Let's just skip that and do a little bit of experimenting, because we can do those very fast experiments right here. Even though... Yeah, so we have no damage there. We had about 12.3, so that is decent. In terms of overall damage, 31. So still a little bit lower, still lacking damage on that last part. So really interesting. Seems like they are really optimal with that. At least I don't have a better idea right now. The only thing that is left really to do, in my opinion, and the only thing that we can really do, is just to go for that and try to get like better scores by just better RNG or improving the mythic charms that I have a little bit more. Everything else seems a little bit pointless. And I mean, of course, right now you also have a bit of a test of your exclusive equipment. Like if your Seth is +0, +5, that can make a difference. We have a new top score there, and we're now at top 10. So I feel a bit more comfortable now at top 10. Not going to share this. If you want to see my lineup, you can go to my YouTube channel right now. And again, there are very little shares in here. Like, we have some top shares, those are pretty good. This is a lineup that we certainly know. That is something we've shown, I guess, like the people. I mean, Archie is definitely there. But still very little of those guys that are there in the top spots actually share their lineup. So I'm going to do more attacks later. I hope these help you. You can always screenshot the graphic or join the Discord of Analytica. I can definitely recommend that. Should be quite the good source of information for you to come. And of course, tomorrow there will be another video for the next boss for Wilder faction this time. Very, very interesting. I think it will hurt me very much that I don't have Diana really upgrade. You can see it's just like, what is that, Supreme? Is that Mythic Plus? I don't even know. I just see Supreme Plus usually on my heroes. I'm no longer used to it. Yeah, but Rainier will help, and we have really May, of course, so two very good heroes to combine with. Should be fairly good. Yeah. With that, I wish you a great day. We'll see us in the next one.